Assalamualaikum everyone. This is Hassnain Tunio and I'm doing great. I hope you people are doing great too. Computer programming is the basis of the digital age that we live in today. Every time you like a post on social media, send an email or set up an alarm on your phone, a programming language is working behind the scenes, pulling the strings. But where did it all begin? And most of all, what exactly is behind all of these languages? Who invented these languages? और किस तरह जो है इंडस्ट्रीज में इसने स्प्राउट किया, इसकी ग्रोथ किस तरह हुई, ये सब कुछ मैं आज आपको बताने जा रहा हूँ. तो लेट्स स्टार्ट. Ada Lovelace invents the first ever machine algorithm for Charles Babbage's difference machine that lays the foundation for all the programming languages. Somewhere between 1944 to 45, Conrad Zuse developed the first real programming language called Plan Calcul or Plan Calculus. Zeuse's language, among other things, allowed for the creations of procedures which stored the chunks of code that could be invoked over and over to perform routine operations. Assembly language was used in the electronic delay storage automatic calculator. It was type of a low-level programming language that simplified the language of machine code. Short code or short order code was the first high-level language that was suggested by John Macaulay in 1949. However, it was William Schmidt who implemented it for the BINEC computer the same year and for the UNIVAC in 1950. Autocode was a general term used for the family of all programming languages, first developed by Alec Glennie for the Mark I computer at the University of Manchester. It was the first ever compiled language to be implemented, meaning that it can be translated directly into machine code by the help of using a program called a compiler. It was used in Ferranti, Pegasus and Sirius early computing machines in addition to Mark I. Formula translation or Fortran was created by John Backus and is considered as the oldest programming language in use today. It was created for high-level scientific, mathematical and statistical computations. Algorithmic language or ALGOL was created by a joint committee of American and European computer scientists. It served as the starting point for the development of some of the most important programming languages including Pascal, C, C++ and Java. Lisp processor or Lisp was invented by John McCarthy at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Originally purposed for artificial intelligence, Lisp is considered as one of the oldest programming languages still in use today, and it can be used in place of Ruby or Python. Common business-oriented language, COBOL, is the programming language behind many credit card processors, ATMs, telephone and cell calls, hospital signals and traffic signal systems, just to name a few. The development of the programming language was led by Dr. Grace Murray Hopper and was designed so that it could run on all types of computers and all brands related to it. COBOL is still used to this day primarily for the banking and gamification purpose. Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code or BASIC was developed by a group of students at Dartmouth College. The language was written for students who did not have a strong understanding of mathematics or computers. The language was developed further by Microsoft founders Bill Gates and Paul Allen and was the first marketable product of the company. Named after the French mathematician Blaise Pascal, Nicolas Wirth developed the programming language in his honor. It was developed as a learning tool for computer programming, which meant that it was easy to learn. It was favored by Apple in the company's early days because of its ease of use and power. Developed at the Xerox Palo Alto Research Center by Alan Kay, Adele Goldberg and Dan Ingalls, Smalltalk allowed for computer programmers to modify code on the fly. It introduced a variety of programming language aspects that are visible languages such as Java, Python and Ruby. Developed by Dennis Ritchie at Bell Telephone Laboratories for use with Unix operating system. Many of the current leading languages are derivatives of C, including C#, Java, JavaScript, Perl, PHP and Python. It has also been or still being used by huge companies like Google, Facebook and Apple. SQL at the time was first developed by IBM researchers Raman Boyce and Donald Chamberlain. It is used for viewing and changing information that is stored in databases. Nowadays, the language is an acronym SQL for Structured Query Language. Bjorn Stroustrup modified the C language at Bell Labs. C++ is an extension of C language with enhancements such as classes, virtual functions, and templates. It has been listed in the top 10 programming languages since 1986 and received the status of Hall of Fame in 2003. C++ is used in MS Office, Adobe Photoshop, game engines, and other high-performance softwares. Developed by Brad Cox and Tom Love, Objective-C is the main programming language used to write software for macOS and iOS, Apple's operating systems. Perl was created by Larry Wall and is a general-purpose high-level programming language. It was originally designed for text editing as a scripting language, but nowadays it is widely used for many purposes such as CGI, database applications, network administration, network programming, and graphic programming. Named after the British comedy troupe Monty Python, it was developed by the Guido van Rossum. It is a general-purpose, high-level programming language created to support a lot of variety of programming styles. Python is to this day one of the most popular programming languages in the world and is used by huge companies such as Google, Yahoo and Spotify. Developed by Microsoft, Visual Basic allows programmers to utilize a drag-and-drop style of choosing and changing pre-selected chunks through graphical user interface. The language is not overly used these days, however, Microsoft has used portions of this language to their applications such as Word, Excel and Access. Created by Yukihiro Matsumoto, Ruby is an interpreted high-level programming language, a teaching language influenced by some other languages such as Perl, Ada, Lisp and Smalltalk among others. Ruby's primary uses are for web applications development and Ruby on Rails. Java is a general-purpose high-level programming language created by James Gosling. It has cross-platform functionality and is consistently among the top of the world's most popular programming languages. Java can be found everywhere, from computers to smartphones to parking meters, everywhere, you name it. Formerly known as Personal Homepage, which now stands as Hypertext Preprocessor, PHP was developed by Rasmus Lerhoff. Its primary uses include building and maintaining dynamic web pages as well as server-side development. Some of the biggest companies across the globe use PHP, including WordPress, Wikipedia. JavaScript was created by Brendan Eich. This language is primarily used for dynamic web development, PDF documents, web browsers, and desktop applications. Every major website uses JavaScript. Mozilla Firefox, Gmail, and Adobe Photoshop are some well-known examples. Developed at Microsoft with the hope of combining the computing ability of C++ with the simplicity of Visual Basic. C# is based on C++. and shares many similarities with Java. The language is used in almost all Microsoft products and is seen primarily for developing desktop applications. Developed by Apple as a replacement for C++, C and Objective-C, Swift was developed with the intention to be easier than C++, C and Objective-C and allow less room for error. Swift's versatility means it can be used for desktop, mobile and cloud applications. A leading language app, Duolingo, launched a new app that was written in Swift. That was all about the history of programming languages, and I hope you have well understood the topic. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.